Okay, so first thing I will do the my test. I hope all of you can listen to me. Yeah, hi, and I am so happy today. I also have about 200 students actually here, and yeah, we will discuss about the MRSM 2018 paper 2. And today I just got a little bit sick, but I hope everything will go smooth. So yeah, so let's start about this paper. I just do not want to waste your time. Okay, where is my pen? Okay, I have my pen here. Right, so yeah, I just went through this paper. This paper is a little bit hard, but I would not say it's very hard. I would still say it's still okay. Alright, so yeah, have a look on these questions. Alright, so yeah, because one of the problem when I want to discuss this paper is because there's very little space for me to write, so I will need to write it very small, so you might not feel like so comfortable over here. But anyways, yeah, let me make myself smaller because I'm not the important thing here. Yeah, as long as you can roughly see me, then I will be good. And the second thing, let me mute my phone. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, is all of you can see the question, right? I hope my internet connection is good. Okay, the first question is a simultaneous. This kind of question is very easy, so I'm going to go through it very fast. Okay, so the first thing is, yeah, you can choose you want to make x as a subject or y as a subject, but in this case maybe we make x as a subject, so therefore from here I will just do something like, okay, I will say x equals to 1 minus y squared as my first equation, and then I sub into my second equation, so I will sub 1 into 2. So when I sub in, the x will become 1 minus y squared plus 5y equals to 17. Then basically we will just solve these questions. So this is 1 minus 2y plus y squared plus 5y minus 17 equals to 0. So I will multiply in and I rearrange over here. 2 minus 4y plus 2y squared plus 5y minus 17 equals to 0. Then just solve this one. 2y squared negative 5y plus negative 4y plus 5y, I have positive y. And 2 and negative 17, I get minus 15 equals to 0. And then I factorize. This is 2y, this is y. In order to get, I will do 5, 3, and plus minus. So y will equals to the 5 over 2, or y equals to negative 3. And then I will sub in to the 1 here. So I will get x equals to 1 minus 5 over 2 square. Then this one you can type in your calculator, should be negative 3 over 2, so will be 9 over 4. Or the second one, 1 minus negative 3, 1 plus 3 square, x will equals to 16. Right, this is just a very simple questions. I hope there's no problem for you. Alright, so let's go to the second part here. Okay, this is 2 mark questions. Alright, so okay, so this one asks you to prove u equals to negative sine 2x. Yeah, I will need some space, so I'm going to erase the answer in the part 1. Just in case if you are copying or whatsoever, maybe you need to replay it later. Oh my god, so hard to replay. So hard to erase. Okay, so yeah, I need some space here. Yeah, I hope actually it will give you more space to write. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so first thing is I want to get sine 2x. What is the formula for sine 2x? If you know the formula for sine 2x, it should be 2 sine x cos x, right? Okay, so in order to get 2 sine x cos x, so the first thing when I have a cotangent, what is the formula for cotangent x? We know it can equals to cos x over sine x, right? So this is what I will do. I will not change the cotangent x become 1 over tangent, because the tangent doesn't help me to get sine 2x. So therefore, I will just do cos x over sine x. And then I have cos 3x, cos 2x. Cos 2x, you have three formula, right? You will have a cos square x minus sine square x, or you can have 1 minus 2 sine square x, or you can have 2 cos square x minus 1. Okay, you have three choice here for your cos 2x, but because I see this one is over sine x, so maybe I will choose the one with sine x. Then maybe I can simplify after that. So I will choose this one, 1 minus 2 sine square x, and then minus 1. Right, so very obvious, right? 1 minus 1, you get 0. Sine x and sine x, you simplify. Then you get negative 2 sine x cos x. So this is negative sine 2x. Because 2 sine x cos x, we can change it to sine 2x, isn't it? So therefore, proven. Just 2 mark. Okay, just the question just tests like how much you can understand over here. So I guess it's quite easy. Okay, so then I will go to the next part. Okay, next part will be sketch the graph for y equals to negative sine 2x. So this part actually is quite easy. You just need to sketch a graph. So I will erase this one also because this is the only space I can use here. Alright, so okay, so in order to sketch, the only things when I pay attention, the amplitude is -1, and then the periods here is 2. That means I will need to draw 2 cycles in 2 pi. And then the next thing is negative. That means my graph will flip over. Negative will go to positive, positive will go to negative. Alright, so this is what happened for my graph. So normally sine is like this, right? So I will going to flip over. So my graph sine will look like this, 1 cycle, and then I will continue to draw 2 cycle. Oops, my continue is very bad. And I guess I need slightly longer, a little bit. Wait for a while. Okay, another cycle I use other color to give you some idea. This is what happened. Okay, so therefore, yeah, you will realize my sine graph is actually like opposite because of negative of my amplitude, and my maximum value here, it should be 1. My minimum value here, it should be -1. Alright, and each cycle is pi. This one will give me 2 pi. And if you want to make it even more smaller, this one will be pi over 2. This one will be 3 pi over 2. Alright, basically this is your whole graph for y equals to negative sine 2x. And then the next thing we need to do is, hence use the same axis. So that means I have to use back my graph here. Sketch the suitable straight line to find a number of solution for this one. Alright, so I need to solve this equation first. When you pay attention at this equation, you will realize something is this equation don't really have the y. You don't see any y in this equation, right? So therefore this is not the straight line yet. So what I will do is I try to get y. What is my y? My y is negative sine 2x. So in order to get negative sine 2x, I must have cotangent x cos 2x minus 1, right? This is what we already did in the part A. So therefore, what I want to do is, my objective, I see the cotangent x. Yeah, cotangent x is over here. But I want the bracket something like cos 2x minus 1. So what I will do is, I see both also have cotangent. Then I will factorize out the cotangent x from here. So I will get cos 2x. Because I factorize out the negative cotangent x, so I will get -1 equals to 1. Alright, I kind of get it already. So what I will do is, I know the whole thing here is equals to y. Then I will do something like x over pi minus y equals to 1. So therefore, y will equals to x over pi minus 1. Alright, so after I got this equation, what I need to do next is I need to draw on my same axis here. So I will need a table. So therefore, I will draw a simple table. to get myself some idea where is the coordinates. So later I'm going to plot over there. So I will do the table over here. Oh my god, my cell is blocking the graph, but I will score it later. So what I want to know is what happened when x equals to 0, when x equals to pi, when x equals to 2 pi. Because my graph is from 0 to 2 pi, right? This is the reason why I want to know, I want to know like how far it will go. So when x equals to 0, I will get -1. When x equals to pi, pi over pi is 1 minus 1, I get 0. When x equals to 2 pi, I will get 1. So I'm going to plot all of the 3 coordinates here. So the first coordinate, it will be 0, -1, which is here. The second coordinate is pi 0, which is here. The last coordinate is 2 pi 1, roughly here. Then I will draw this line. Of course, you use a ruler to draw lah. Right. Then I want to find the number of solution. Number of solution means the intersection point, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you realize I intersect at 5 different points here. So my number of solution is 5. So yeah, I realize some of you cannot see the last point. Yeah, because I'm blocking it. But anyways, yeah, this is the pattern of the whole graph. How 2 pi equals to 1? Okay, how 2 pi equals to 1? Basically, you substitute 2 pi into the x here. Imagine y equals to 2 pi over pi minus 1. Pi and pi simplified, you will get 2 minus 1, right? You get 1. So basically, the x you just substitute in your x, then you will easily get the value. Yeah, my picture actually is blocking. I'm so sorry. Make it smaller a bit. Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah, I'm so sorry today. Not feeling so well. But I will be good. Okay, so yeah, for these questions, the only difficult part about this question is, you need to solve a equation, and this equation look kind of hard if you do not know what you are doing here. So my idea for use is basically you need to get the y into the equation, because in order to draw the straight line, you need to have y equals to mx plus c, right? So you need to have an equation in terms of y. So this is the reason why you will refer back in your previous part to find out where is your y, and then you try to substitute it in. Alright. So we have to remember the cotangent formula, right? Yeah, the cotangent formula is something you have to know lah, because the tangent x equals to sine x over cos x, right? So therefore, the cotangent x will equal to cos x over sine x. I'm not sure these two you will get it in your formula list or not, because I remember in your formula list you have the whole page for trigonometric formula. Yeah, I'm not sure these two will in it or not. So yeah, you better check it out. If not at your formula list, you better remember it. I think he drew the graph too large. Should be 4, I think. I guess it should touch about 5. Yeah. But anyway, you can try to do it yourself. See how many points you touch over here. How is become cotangent x minus 1? Where do you get the cotangent x minus 1? I don't see any cotangent x minus 1. Yeah, I'm a bit lost about what you're asking. The question 2a and 2b is not related at all if you understand the concept. But because of the word hangs, basically you have to use the part A and part B1 answer to actually solve it. Okay, so I will proceed to the next question. If you are still too blurred on trigo, you can go to check out some trigo video. Okay, so diagram 3 show the front views of an arch. So the company A is assigned to paint in the wall of the arch. So the entrance of the arch is represented by the equations of y equals to ax squared plus c, where a and c are constant. Alright, so we have a wall here. Obviously, you should see a wall here, and the width and the height of the wall is 7 meters and 11 meters respectively. Okay, so basically we have some information. We should know this is 7 meters. and the whole thing here will be 11 meter. Okay, and paint is sold in 5 liter buckets, and 1 liter can paint cover 10 meters square of the area of single coating. So that means if you like paint the paint one time in your wall, 1 liter actually can cover 10 meters square. So basically 5 liter here can cover 50 meters square, right? Just multiply 5 because one bucket actually has 5 liter, right? Each liter can cover 10 meters square, 5 liter can cover 50 meters square. This is just some simple information. Find the minimum number of buckets of paints that is needed if the company have to complete the painting with 3 coating. So that means the company going to paint the wall 3 times. So that means what, later you find out the area over here, you need to multiply 3 because the company want to cover the paints like 3 times. Mean 1 time is 1 coating, 3 coating, that means they're going to cover 3 times over there. Okay, so right now my objective is I need to find the area of the wall here. And luckily I have an equation over here is given. This equation is y equals to ax squared plus c. Okay, so what's so special about this equation is because we know the general equation for quadratic is y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. And you realize the equation given here don't have bx. If you watch the video I made yesterday, I mean the live streaming yesterday, I do mention if don't have bx means what? The equation will lies on the maximum point will lies on the y-axis. Because bx, the purpose of bx is actually moving the graph to the left and right. If without the bx, the graph itself will be on the y-axis. Okay, I hope you actually get some idea. So therefore, because of this equation, I can be very confident to say that my y-axis should be on the middle. This one should be my y-axis. Alright, and where is my x-axis? I will assume the x-axis, because this one 0 here, I will assume this one will be the ground. Alright, so my x-axis will actually on the ground. So therefore this one will be my x-axis. Okay, I need some skill to draw nice x-axis here. Okay, I will assume this is my y-axis and x-axis, and both sides is symmetry. Alright, so then the next thing I want to do is I want to find some coordinates over here. So if the 0, 0 is over here, because this is 7, right? This is 1.5 and 1.5 plus together, you will get 3. You will get 3 over here, so that means it's 4 divided by 2. This coordinate is 2. The value here is 2, and this one will be -2. It must be symmetry lah, even though my y-axis is not perfect. Let me just draw it nicely a bit, because it should look very symmetry. Oops, oh my god. Okay, just assume it is very perfect. Alright, so the next thing is the coordinate here will be 8 because total will be 11. Alright, since now you have all this information already, you can actually start to find the value a and c first before you do the integration all that. So because this is 8, right? So this coordinate is called what? This coordinate is called 0, 8. So I can easily sub the 0 into x here plus c. I know my c equals to 8. So my y will equals to ax squared plus 8. And then I will use any of the coordinate now. I use the 2, 0 here. Okay, 2, 0, that means this is 0. And my x is 2. Then I will get something like, oh my god, I will get something like 4a equals to -8. A equals to -2. Alright, therefore, I got my equation here. Y will equals to -2x squared plus 8. Alright, so this is how you actually get the equation. So let's see any question here. How do you know the y-intercept is A? It's very simple because we know the total height here is 11, right? So top is 3 meters, so therefore here should be 8 meters, right? Because top here is 3. So therefore I know this value here is 8. Why have to sub y0x? Because this curve actually, the curve itself actually passing by the few coordinates. He passed through all these 3 coordinates. You can sub any of these 3 coordinates to find your A and C. But of course, if you use the 0, 8 to find the C value, if you sub in the 0, 8 again, there's no way you can find A. So this one explains why we actually need to sub the coordinate either 2, 0 or -2, 0. Where is the 2 come from? Okay, because just now the question say the width here is 7 meter. So you use the 7 meter, you minus the 1.5 and 1.5. You realize you left a 4 meter on the middle. You left a 4 meter here. So the 4 meter here, you divide 2, you will get 2 and -2. Okay? You can sub the 0.8 to actually find the C value, but if you sub the 0.8 again into the equation, you can't find A, so you have to use the 2, 0. How to find Bx if got Bx? If got Bx, then this question will be very difficult. So far, I see all this kind of question is without Bx one. Because if you have the Bx, maybe you need to do a completely a square, or maybe you have more information to form other equation. Normally, you don't have Bx. Okay, can you make your cursor bigger so that we can see? Can you see my cursor actually? I doubt you. I have a cursor here, but I'm not sure why it doesn't show over here. Maybe I need to do some setting on the on my apps here. I'm not so good on all this internet thing. I want to show cursor, hide cursor over projector. Yeah, maybe if I know how to show cursor, I will show it next time, because I have no idea. I only can find a hide cursor, blah blah. Okay, keep recording. Yeah, here setting, I don't find any setting for me to show my cursor, so yeah. I'm using the OBS. So yeah, can you close your camera? I'm going to have my dinner. Oh my god. That's mean. Okay, so I'm going to continue about this question. So okay, so this is my equation. So after that, I need to find the area of the wall. So in order to get the area of the wall here, my logic is I will find the area of the rectangle, and then I will minus the curved area, isn't it? Then I can get whatever wall area which is the green color over here. So therefore, what I will do is, in order to get the wall, is basically quite simple, right? The wall is basically 7 multiplied 11. So we have the 7 and 11 over here. Alright, so I will minus, in order to get the curved area, I will integrate from -2 to 2 my equation, plus 8 dx. So therefore, this one I will get 77. I minus this one, I should get, okay, I need to integrate -2x cubed over 3 plus 8x. This is -2 and 2. So yeah, you sub in the value, negative 16 over 3 plus 16 minus, I sub in the -2, I will get 16, positive 16 over 3 minus 16. Yeah, then you type in the calculator, you should get the perfect value. So yeah, so -16 over 3 plus 16 minus 16 over 3 and then plus 60. Okay, yeah, I get 64 over 3 for this one. I will get 64 over 3, and then I'm going to use the 77 minus my answer just now. I get the area should be 55 and 2 over 3. Alright, right now we find out the area of the wall already. This one is the area of wall. But because the company need to paint 3 coding, so what I want to do over here is I need to multiply 3 here to find out total area, and then I will estimate like how many paint I need to get. So what I will do is I will do 55 2 over 3 I times 3, because the question say you need to paint about 3 coating, right? And then I want to know how many bucket I need to buy, because each bucket actually can paint 50 meters square, right? So this one will be the total area. So the total area here, I will divide it by 50. Then I can know the number of bucket I actually need to buy. So I will times 3 divided by 50. So I will get 3.34. So 3.34 buckets. Of course, buckets basically there's no way have decimal. So I will close to 4 buckets. Of course, I cannot buy 3 buckets only. If I buy 3 buckets only, I still have 0.34, which is I can't paint. So therefore, in order to paint everything, I will need to buy about 4 baskets. Alright, so y divided by 50. Okay, because over here the question, if you read the question, paint is sold in 5 liter bucket, and 1 liter actually can paint 10 meters square. Okay, but then you have a paint here. This paint actually you have 5 liter inside. You have 5 liter, and each liter can paint 10 meters square. So therefore the whole bucket over here can actually paint 50 meters square, right? This one explains why I divide 50. Yeah, I hope that today the live can end at 10 or 10:30. Is there any other way to find the curve area? No, curve area only one way, which you need to integrate. You need to integrate the equation. Yeah, so what if my equation is x squared minus 4? You still integrate the x squared minus 4. Okay, so yeah, that's all. This is how we solve this question. I'm going to move on. If you're still not so sure, maybe you can rewatch this video later. Yes, only integration can find the curve area, unless your curve is a perfect curve like half of the circle. Then maybe you can use something like half pi r square. But normally the curve is not so perfect. It's not like the circle shape, so there's no way you use the pi r square to find. You have to integrate the curve to get the curve area. Yeah, you can write conclusion. Therefore, the company have to buy 4 buckets, something like that lah. How many marks do I need? So, okay, so yeah, some of you are having dinner. Yeah, I also want to have dinner after this. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 4. Diagram 4 show 2 children are playing a swing. So the swing is released from the position, and it swings through a distance of x. So he's going to start from here, and then we'll swing through, I do not know how far, I just roughly. So this is so-called the x cm. So you can assume the red color line I draw is x centimeter. One is successive swings. The distance is 5% lesser than the previous distance. So the process continues until the swing stops. It's given the total distance covered in the first 3 swings is 855.75. So therefore, I know the first swings is basically is x. Then the next swings is 5% less. So what does it mean by 5% less? It means r, it should be 0.95, right? Because 5% less, it will be left 95%. 95% is 95 over 100. So the R is 0.95. So therefore the next swing will be 0.95 multiply x. Then the next swing will be 0.95 square multiply x. Correct or not? Because you need to keep on multiply 0.95. This is how the GP works. Okay, or you still prefer the formula like Tn equals to ARn minus 1. Yeah, you can do this in this case because our A is basically the x. Because x will be the first swing over here. So R can be negative 0.05 or not. Cannot. You cannot use the negative 0.05. If you assume R is negative 0.05, you try to multiply it, you'll find out your second swing, the distance suddenly becomes so short, which it doesn't make sense. Alright, so for R value, you always need to use 1 to minus the value given, or sometimes it's 1 plus the value given. Because this is percentage. So, okay, so it's basically 100% minus 5%, you will get 95%. 95% is 95 over 100, so it's 0.95. You get it? Okay, so yeah, so let me move on. So therefore, you realize I actually worked out the first three over here. This one will be T1, T2, T3. So since I have the first three over here, I can sum them up to get 855.75, right? So I will say x plus 0.95x plus 0.95 square x will equals to 855.75. 855.75, and then you just solve this one, you should be able to get the x easily. Okay, 1 plus 0.95 plus 0.95 square. You just type in your calculator, and then you will get 1141 over 400x, or any decimal, equals to 855.75. So x, I will say 855.75 divided by my answer just now. So I get x is 300. So my first swings over here is 300 centimeter, and every next swing will actually minus 5%, minus 5%. Okay. Because 0.95 multiply 0.95 again, so you will get 0.95 square, right? Or you can think about T3, it will be A is x, right? R is 0.95, and then this is 3 minus 1, which is 2. So this one explains why I get 0.95 square. If some students still like very confused. The 1141 over 400 is basically, I take out all the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is 1, right? The coefficient of x is this number and this number, right? So I sum 3 of them, then I get this number. Of course, if you are not using this calculator, you use the black color one, you will get the decimal. So do we need to consider a swing is the oscillation? Over here, I think we do not calculate the distance is, yeah. So basically, this is what happened. Just give you some idea. This is what happened, I guess lah. Let me read the question again. Successive swing, the distance is fine. Yeah. So it's basically like this. First swings is 300. Then you add here, right? Then from here you swing back. The distance actually is minus 5%. So I times 0.95. This is 285. Then you will go into here, right? So I erase this dot. Then from here you will swing back. You stop here. It's minus 5% again. So it should be something like 270.75. Okay, this is what happened. So that means the first swings is 300. It's like 300. Then he come back minus 5%. Then he continue minus 5%. Continue minus 5% until it stopped. I not recommend you to use the SN formula because you just make this equation harder. But if you want to use SN, yeah, I guess you will still get the answer. Yeah, because this one actually I just plus all together, it seems a bit easier. Alright, so yeah, I just done. I got the x equals to 300. Part 1 I done. Okay, the n swings cover the distance less than 200 cm for the first time. Find the value of n. So I need to find the value of n. So I should know Tn must be less than 200. So therefore, I will substitute my formula AR n minus 1 will less than 200. So I will just solve this equation. So 0.95 n minus 1, the 300 move to the other side, divide, so we get 2 over 3. And then I will add log for both sides because this is the only way I can take out the thing. So when I add the log, I actually can move the n minus 1 to the front. So n minus 1 multiply log 0.95 less than log 2 over 3. Alright, then the next part is a bit challenging. So because I need to move the log 0.95 to the other side, I will need to change side. From less than become bigger because the log 0.95 is a negative value. So I always say whenever you multiply or divide any negative value, you need to change side of your inequality sign. So this is log 2 over 3 over log 0.95. Then I can get my n value should be bigger than. So I just type the things into my calculator. Log 2 over 3 divided by log 0.95. Yeah, I will get the value bigger than 7.990 plus 1. Because minus 1 I move to the other side plus 1, right? So n must bigger than 8.9. So therefore, the n value is 9. Okay, so the n value equals to 9. Okay, so let me see any questions is important here. Okay, how to know it was arithmetic or geometry? Okay. Normally I say normally, but not 100%. Normally, when I see percentage, it will be GP. Normally, I see percentage will be GP because of what? Because like if AP in this question, they will ask like this. They will say the first swings, then the successive swings, it will be minus 5 cm. So we know every next swings, it will be minus 5. Every next swing will be minus 5. Then it will become AP. But when the percentage come in, you will know if you use the minus part, that's mean over here, you will realize the first to second I minus 15 cm. But from the second to third, I actually minus more than 15 cm. So in this case, we know the AP is not possible. So if the question says every swing it will minus 5 cm, and constantly minus 5 cm, then it will be AP. So if you ask me how to know it's AP or GP, basically you need to sort of understand the questions. Then it will help you. Is log always negative value? When log is between, let's say log A, when A is between 0 to 1, it will be negative. This is something you need to know. This is some basic information about log. If your log value is any value between 0 to 1, it's negative. If any log value is less than 0, then it's math error. You can't do. Alright, so okay. Find the total distance the swings have sum before it stops. So this is sum of infinity. Why I know sum of infinity? Because you imagine the swings will become smaller and smaller. I mean the distance of swings will become smaller and smaller until very, very small before it stops. So this one, you need to sum all the very, very small value. I always use the sum of infinity to do it. So sum of infinity is A over 1 minus R. A will be 300, 1 minus 0.95. Then I can get the value easily. Divided by 0.05. So the total swings will be 6,000 cm. Alright, this kind of question, basically you need to understand a bit. Why needs to change less than sign to more than? Because over here, like I just say, because the log 0.95 is a negative. I give you some idea. negative 3x is bigger than 9, example. But when we move the negative 3 to the other side, we need to change the side, because whenever we multiply or divide the negative value, we always need to change the sign, change the sign, alright? So therefore, x will less than negative 3. How we get 285 from 300? Oh, the 285 is basically, you use a 300 multiply 0.95, you will get 285. And then you use a 285 multiply 0.95, you will get the next value lah. Because the question says minus 5%. So therefore, I will just multiply 0.95. YC is sum to infinity. Alright, so whenever you see the total distance in the GP case, and you realize that R is less than 1, you always do sum of infinity. Yeah, I just do some conclusion over here lah. Yeah, because when R is less than 1, your last few distance will be extremely small until the value is not worth to count, like 0.000. So therefore, use the sum of infinity will be easier. Okay, so let me move on to, when R is more than 1, there's no way you do sum of infinity, because R is more than 1, your value will go up to extremely big. So therefore, R is more than 1, then the total distance, normally the question will tell the total distance of the first 10 swing, something like that lah. Okay, so yeah, for R is more than 1, it's not possible to use sum of infinity. Alright, so let me move on to question number 5. If not, I don't think we can finish in 2 or 2.5 hours. We will spend more time on it. Okay, so we have a vector question over here. Okay, diagram 5 show the triangle ABC. The point P is lies on BC and Q is lies on AC. Okay, so you obviously you can see from the triangle here. So it's given that BP equal to PC. BP equals to PC, same distance. And QC will equals to 1/3 of AC. So if you're not sure how to write the ratio for this one, I always recommend students write in a fraction. The AC will move here, become AC equals to 1/3, right? So therefore QC ratio AC equals to 1/3. So QC will be 1, AC will be 3, so this is 1/2. Okay, so yeah, this is how I change the equation into a ratio. Yeah. Okay, then we know AB is 3U, AB is 3U, and we know AC is 2V. Okay, the whole AC will be 2V here. Then yeah, so therefore this one is ratio 1, right? So this is 2V. This one should be 2/3V, right? Because the ratio is 3, so I divide 3. So this is 2/3V, but times 2, right? This is 2/3V. So this one should be 4/3V. No, I just like separate these two lah, because I have the ratio, so I can easily separate them. Okay. So what the question want me to find? Find BC. So I need to find BC first. Okay, so BC is very easy. BC will be BA plus AC, right? BA is -3U, and AC will be 2V. Done. The next thing they asked me to find PQ, so I want to find the PQ here. So PQ will be PC plus CQ. Okay, will be PC plus CQ. Okay, PC will be half of the BC, right? Will be half of the BC. Let me just straight away do lah. Half of the BC, we know the BC is -3U plus 2V plus CQ. Just now this one is this direction, right? The other direction will be -2/3V. Alright, so I will solve this one. So -3/2U plus V minus 2/3V. So will be -3/2U plus 1/3V. Alright, this is how I get the PV. Okay, so if you're okay, then I will move on to the next one. The straight line PQ is extended to the point R such that PR equals to negative 9U plus KV, where K is the constant. Find the value of K. So basically, PQ going to extend to the R. So we have the PQ here. So we're going to extend. I do not know how far they extend, but they will extend to the R. And then you have the equation for PR, which is the negative 9U plus KV. So I write down here, PR equals to negative 9U plus KV. I hope I didn't read wrongly. Negative 9U plus KV. Okay. So one of the very important information is I know the PQR is collinear, or you can think that PQR is a straight line. So the easiest way to find the straight line thing, we know we have to use the lambda thing. So therefore I will say PQ equals to the lambda of PR. Okay, you will ask why I use this one. This equation I can write myself whenever I see the collinear or whenever I see the word parallel. So in this case it's a collinear, so this one explains why I write this one out. So therefore I just sub in my thing. PQ is negative 3 over 2U plus 1 over 3V equals to lambda. This one will be negative 9U plus KV. Alright, so yeah, I will multiply the lambda into both, and then I comparing the U. So I take out the number of U for both sides. This is negative 3 over 2, right? And then this is negative 9 lambda. Then I can know my lambda easily should be 3 over 18. 3 over 18 will be 1 over 6, right? Yeah, should be 1 over 6. So then I will do next is comparing V. So I comparing V, I will take the V value from both sides. I will take the V value from here, and the V value from here after I multiply the lambda into it. So therefore, I will get 1 over 3 equals to K lambda. And I just got my lambda, right? Lambda will be 1 over 6. So my K equals to 2. Sorry. Okay, so I hope you can actually get the idea how to actually get the K value. So yeah, this is how we do the K value. So I'm going to move on. How we know lambda is at PQ or PR? It doesn't matter one. Because a lot of students might like so scared. What if I put the lambda for PQ? It's the same thing. Because if you put the lambda at PQ over here, lambda will from 1 over 6 become 6. So both also you will get the same value. So you can, no problem, you can write PR equals to the lambda PQ. You will still get the same value of K. The K value will not change. Just when you put the different where at lambda, you will get a different lambda value, but the K value will still remain the same. Can we use M instead of lambda? Yeah, you can use the value M. It doesn't matter. How the PR come? Yeah, the PR is given what? If you read over here, the straight line PQ is extend to the point R. So he gives us the PR. So because PQ extend to the point R over here, you realize PQR is a straight line. When PQR is a straight line, then I can apply my lambda thing over here if PQR is a straight line. How do we know R is extend downward or upwards? Okay, so in this case, when they say PQ extend to the R, so I will just assume they will follow the words lah. PQ extend to the R, right? So I assume the R is below the Q. I will not do PQ extend to R. I will not do the other way around. I will just do like this. Alright, so I'm going to move on to number 6. You still do not understand? Yeah, maybe you can ask me later. Alright, this is mean and standard deviation. Is a statistic topic. So yeah, first thing ask me to find mean second thing ask me to find standard deviation. So for this kind of question, normally I will just solve the table over here. First thing is I want to find x value. I want to find my x value. x will be the midpoint, right? X is very easy. Take the 45 plus 49 divided by 2. So you should get 47. So this x is 47. X is the midpoint. So this one will be 52, 57, 62, 67, and 72. Right, and this one, obviously this is frequency, this is f value. So since I want to do mean and standard deviation, I need fx. And then at the same time, I will need fx squared. Then I will need fx squared. Alright, so I will just kind of find all this value. Okay, so fx is f times x. I will use the calculator. 47 times 8, 376. And then fx squared will be fx times x again. So it will be 376 multiplied 47. So I get 17672. So I will do for all this lah. This is 520. Then 520 times 52 again. I get 27040. Later I will explain why I will find fx and fx squared over here, alright? So 6 times 57, I get 342. 342 times 57 again, I get 19494. Okay, 62 times 2, I will get 124. And 124 times 62 again. So I get 7688. 3 times 67, I get 201. 201 times 67 again, I will get 13467. This one will be 72. 72 times 72, I get 5184. Alright, so over here, you need to find few things. First thing, you need to find sum of f. Then you need to find sum of fx. Then you need to find sum of fx squared. Alright, sum of fx is very simple. 8 plus 10 plus 6 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. So you get 30. 30, alright? Then I will find sum of fx. I will plus all the number here. 376 plus 520 plus 342 plus 124 plus 201 plus 32. I get 1635. And then I want to find sum of fx squared. I will plus all of them together. Plus 27040 plus 19494 plus 7688 plus 13467 plus 5184. I hope I didn't make any carry mistake here. Alright, so after I find all this value over here, I want to find mean. Mean basically is sum of fx over sum of f. Then I will sub in my value. I already find sum of fx is 1635, sum of f is 30. Then I can get my means easily. 54.5. Alright, then the next thing is I want to find standard deviation. Standard deviation formula is square root sum of fx squared over sum of f minus sum of fx over sum of f squared. So yeah, this is the standard deviation formula. So therefore, I will just plug in my value. So I square root of 90545 divided by sum of x is 30 minus mean we just found 54.5 square. Then you can easily get your standard deviation here. Yeah, I think I did just now. I'm not going to waste time on typing all these things. Yeah, you should get 6.922. I think 3 decimal places should be good. Alright, so okay. Due to the malfunction of the weight scale used, it's found that the mass record is 2.5 kg more than the actual mass. So now I have malfunction. That means all the weight above here you need to minus 2.5 because actually it gives you 2.5 meter more, right? So basically I need to minus 2.5 for each of it. So you can imagine if all the frequencies, all the student weight minus 2.5, it is same with the total mean minus 2.5. It makes sense, right? So therefore, the new mean, they ask you to find the new means over here. I will just take the old mean, 54.5 minus 2.5. So I get 52 kg. So this one will be your new mean. And standard deviation, when you minus or you plus any value, you will not affect the standard deviation unless you multiply. Right, so in this case, my standard deviation will remain the same, 6.922. Alright, because minus 2.5 is not big enough to actually affect my value. Alright, let's see any useful comment here. So will you do the live for modern math too? I don't think I will do for modern math because I don't have so much time. Yeah, so over here, I will focus on Add Math first. Unless I have some time, maybe one day before your modern math exam, I will do for modern math. Okay, for variance, you need to multiply, put square, right? Yes. If variance or standard deviation, if like that says like all the malfunction and then all the weight need to multiply 3, then variance you have to multiply 3 square. Mean equals to NP is not applied in this topic, it's on the other topics. It's not on statistic. Can we use the sum of x divide by 6 to get mean? No, you cannot divide by 6 because you calculate here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this one have the frequency, so it's not like, this is group data. You cannot use the divide 6, that one is for ungrouped data. If I got wrong on standard deviation and mean, will I get carry over marks for part B? I guess yes. Alright, so I still don't get why do we need to minus 2.5. Okay, make the thing simple. When you see plus and minus certain value, and then they ask you to find a new mean value, you just take the mean value to plus or minus that value. Always correct one. Alright, so I'm going to move on to section B. Yeah, because what is the time now? I'm going to end in 1 hour. So yeah. Okay, now we have already distribution here. And yep. Okay, in a school 250 students set for the examination, the mark obtained is normally distributed with mean and standard deviation. So we have the mean, which is mean. Standard deviation we know is 5. So the value of means, if the probability of children to get marks less than 58. Okay. So therefore probability of the student marks is less than 58. Is equals to 0.3085. Alright, so in order to solve this one, I will change it to the z here. When I z 58 is my x value, right? So 58 going to minus mean over the standard deviation. Standard deviation, which is 5, divided by 5. Then you will get 0.3085. And I want to work further, I will need to draw out the bell-shaped diagram. So I will draw out the bell-shaped diagram here. Because I want to know roughly where is it. Okay, because of the sign is less than, and this one is less than 0.5, so I know it's on the negative zone because this is the area they're finding. And then the whole thing here, let's I give it some letter to represent it, K. Let's say I call it K. So because over here, I know it's on the negative side, so this one will become the negative K. So this one supposedly is negative K. So because the bell-shaped diagram is symmetry, so I'm going to use the positive side to do. So here is 0.3085, right? So here it will be 0.3085. Why I want to use the positive side? Because I want to find the table. So therefore, I know the probability for Z is bigger than K is equal to 0.3085. So like this, then I can straight away find my table. And okay, I just show you the table 3085. So you please remember the thing. Okay. So let me just zoom in this one. How to oh my god. How to use this one? Okay, nice. Okay, I want to find 3085. And 3085 you realize is actually, oh my god. This is literally so hard to use way. Okay. Yeah, because I need to draw. Why can't I just zoom in and draw at the same time? Cross. Oh, he detect the pen, then he do not let me zoom. Yeah, don't need to zoom. So you should able to see the 3085 is at 0.5 here. So I will just zoom in to let you see 0.35 is over here. So it will be 0.5. Oops, it's totally covered it. This, yeah, it's kind of useless. So I know this is 0.5. So therefore, this value is negative k, right? So I will say 58 minus mean over 5 is equals to negative 0.5. Then I'll just solve this equation. So 58 minus mean will equals to negative 2.5. So mean will equals to 60.5. Alright, this is how we get the means value. How do we know the z-score is negative? If you do not know how to see the z-score, you please go to check out my probability distribution video. I do explain about this. Yeah, basically it's because of the less than sign. So I know less than, and then you need to know the area. And why negative 0.5? Because the real k is negative value. I just borrow the positive part to help me to find the negative k. So when I got the 0.5, this is not the real one because this one is z is bigger than k. But if you read the question say less than. Do you see the word less than 58? So less than, supposedly it should be negative value. This is not the positive value because the question doesn't say more than, right? So therefore it's negative, but then I will use the positive to find. One of the reasons is because your z value doesn't support negative. Yeah. If you still have no idea what's going on here, it's super hard for you. So you please go to check out the my video about this topic. Alright, so let me move on because it's very hard for me to in this video to make you understand about probability distribution bell-shaped diagram. This is a very long topic, so I have no choice to move on. Alright, so the number of students who achieve the mark more than 65. So therefore I want to find the mark is more than 65. So therefore its probability the x must be more than 65. Okay, right now I have to change to the z value. This one will be x minus mean 60.5 over standard deviation 5. Then I know probability z is bigger than 65 minus 60.5 divided by 5. Bigger than 0.9. Then you can use the table. I'm not going to use the table right now, but okay, maybe I can. Yes, let me just Google search for you. Z value table SPM. Okay, let me go to the image. Where's my mouse? Okay, 0.9. I hope you can see the 0.9 will be okay. 0.9 here will be 0.1841. Okay, do you see that? So if you see that, so I'm going to move this one back. So it will be 0.1841, isn't it? 0.1841. So just now, the question asked about number of students, right? So we have 250 students over here. So I'm going to use so they want the number of students who get A, right? So it will be 250 multiply 0.1841. So 250 times 0.1841. Yeah, basically I get about 46 student, 46.025. You can write 46 or 47. I guess both should be correct. Yeah, you can use a calculator to get this value. But then you better learn about the table because your calculator cannot do the inverse. Like what happened above here. This one you can't use the calculator, right? Yeah, because this one you can't use the calculator, so it's better to learn the table skill, alright? So let's move on to the part B here. The probability of the consumer shop online is P. A sample of six consumers are chosen at random from the particular area, and they want to calculate the value of P if the probability that none of the consumers shop online will be 1/729. So in this case, we know n equals to 6 because the sample is only 6 over here, and then we know the P value is P, and the Q value is 1 minus P because we don't have any P value. Alright, so in this case, because none of the customer, right, that means they want to find when x equals to 0. So we're going to do the NCR. So it'll be 6C0, P power of 0, Q power of, Q is 1 minus P, right? So I'm going to do 1 minus P. 1 minus P power of 6 should equals to 1/729. So therefore, 6C0 is 1, P power of 0 is 1. So I will have 1 minus P. So this one I'm going to 6 root it, 1/729. So I get 1 minus P equals to, this one should be 1/3. So therefore, my P value should be 2/3. Q is 1/3. Alright, this is just a simple indices. So yeah, if you use the, you can do the Q power of 6, then you will get the Q value is 1/3. Yeah, you can do that. And then after you know Q is 1/3, then you can find your P is 2/3. It's the same. Alright, after that, because they asked me to find the P, so I just straight away change to 1 minus P. So the probability that less than 2 consumers, so x must less than 2. Less than 2, therefore, you can have x is equal to 0 plus probability x equals to 1. We cannot get x equals to 2 because the question says must less than 2. Alright, so therefore, equal to 0 we just found just above is 1/729. Then we need to do x equals to 1. So we 6C1, P is 2/3, power of 1, 1/3 power of 5. And then you type in your calculator, you should be able to get the value is 0.0178. Alright, so yeah, this is how to do both part 1 and 2. It's not too hard over here as long as you know how to apply the formula and what the question wants. For this question, this is probability distribution. You do not have the P formula. You only use a C in probability distribution. Alright, so yeah, we will break for 5 minutes, then we continue. I just want to get some drinks. So we will continue in 5 minutes. So yeah. Alright, let's continue about the next question. Okay, question number 8 here. Okay, so you have the solution. Okay, solution by skill drawing is not accepted. This is always. Alright, so diagram 8 show the straight line RQ, which is perpendicular to the straight line KL at the point Q. Alright, so over here we know perpendicular here, and then it asks us to find the H here. It's quite easy. Perpendicular means what? The perpendicular means the gradient 1 multiply gradient 2 should equals to -1, right? So I will need to get the both of the gradient, and luckily I have the equation over here, isn't it? So I have the equation, so I can make it into the y equals to mx plus c, then I can easily get the gradient. So from here, this equation, if I rearrange, y should equals to -2x plus 5. So my m should be -2. My m is -2. Alright, for this equation, if I rearrange, I should get y equals to -1 over hx plus 10 over h. Right, so my gradient in this case is -1 over h. Yeah, you just rearrange, then you should know what I'm talking here. Then we sub in the formula, -2 multiply -1 over h is equals to -1. So over here, 2 over h equals to -1, h should equals to -2. So therefore, the h value is -2. Done. Okay, this is what the part 1 they want. They want you to actually find the h value. Right, then they ask you to find the coordinate of Q. Q is the intersection between RQ and KQL, right? So you just sub the equation into each other. So this equation should be 1 over 2x plus -5. If you sub the -2 into both of these, you should easily get the equation I'm writing here. So in order to find the coordinate of Q, I will sub my both equations together. So I get -2x plus 5 equals to 1 over 2x minus 5. So I will solve this one. I will get 5 over 2x equals to 10. Then my x should equals to 4. So after I got my x value, I will need to find my y value also. So I will sub back to the equation of RQ here. Y equals to -2, 4 plus 5. Y equals to -8 plus 5, -3. So therefore, coordinate Q is 4, -3. Alright, it's not too hard if you know what is going on here. Alright, so yeah, so I have the coordinate, I write it down. Maybe I need it later. 4, -3. When I got the coordinate, something I will always do is I want to check the coordinate makes sense or not. 4, yeah, this Q is like after the y-axis, 4 is makes sense, and -3 also makes sense because it's below the x-axis. Alright, so okay, part B. So straight line RQ extend to the point S. Okay, so RQ extend to S. This is like what I did just now. RQ extend to the S. So I'm going to extend it until some point here. Maybe I call it S. Alright, so RQ ratio 1, RS ratio 5. So RQ is 1, RS is 5. So here will be 4. Alright, so find the area of ROS. So they ask you to find the area for ROS. So I need to find the coordinate S first. I'm going to call S as XY because I need to find it. So you know this one, you have to use the ratio formula. Just in case some students do not know what is ratio formula. Ratio formula is basically mx1 plus nx2 over m plus n. And then do the same thing for y. my1 plus ny2 over m plus n. Okay, equals to the xy. And xy will be the point on the middle. Alright, this one is in the point, not exactly like midpoint, but it's on the middle. In this case, the xy will be the point Q, because Q is on the middle of the RS. Alright, so I'm going to do, and you should know it's a crossover, right? So therefore, the 1 need to cross over multiply this one, 4 need to cross over multiply the other one. So 1 going to multiply, this 1 and 4 is m and n. So 1 going to multiply x, I got x. 4 will multiply with 1 plus 4 over 1 plus 4, comma. Then 1 multiply y is y, and then 4 multiply with 3 plus 12 over 1 plus 4 equals to 4 negative 3. Okay, so by solving this one, I can know the coordinate s. So I will comparing the x coordinate with the x coordinate. So x plus 4 over 5 equals to 4. So x plus 4 equals to 20, x equals to 16. Then I do the same thing for y. Y plus 12 over 5 equals to negative 3. So y plus 12 equals to negative 15. Y equals to negative 27. So therefore, my coordinate s should be 16, negative 27. So after I got my coordinate s over here, I can find the area by using the area formula. Yeah, let me use a small empty space here. And so messy. Okay, so the area for R or S, right? So I write the coordinate R first, 1, 3. O is 0, 0. S is 16, negative 27. Repeat 1, 3. Alright, so the area formula, I will multiply like this, right? 0, 0, 48. Minus negative 27, 0, 0. So I only have this. So you know you should plus them, right? 48 plus 27 divided by 2. So the area should be 37.5. Yeah, if you want to write unit, I will write unit square. Right, it's not too hard. I hope you can actually know how to do this. Alright, so locus. So a point T moves such that the distance from R is always fine. You need to find the locus of T. So T is something like you will always find units to the point R. So therefore, this is locus T. It will be always 5 units from R. So over here, what you understand is the RT is always equal to 5, right? So therefore, I know the RT, the distance is always equal to 5. And I know the coordinate R is, what's the coordinate R again? 1, 3, right? T, I'm going to call it XY, which I do not know. So therefore, I will use the distance formula, which is x minus 1 square plus y minus 3 square equals to 5. Then I will solve this equation. So x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus y squared minus 6y plus 9 equals to 25. So therefore, x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 6y, 10 minus 15 equals 0. So this one will be my equation of locus. I hope you can get, what is it? Okay, let's see any important comment here. Yeah, teacher have a question. What if given area 5 point, how to expand the modulus? You want to expand the modulus, example, if x plus 1 equals to 5, then x plus 1 will equals to positive negative 5. Yeah, if you expand the modular, the other side will have the positive negative. When you, yeah, some students actually help me to answer it. Thanks for that. Teacher have other way to form the equation of locus. Normally, you want to form the equation of locus, right? We need to use the distance formula because the general equation of locus is ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e equals 0. This is a general equation of locus, and this equation is come from distance. So therefore, you always use the distance to find the locus equation. If the locus is always 90 degree, so I seldom see the locus is always 90 degree. If they want 90 degrees, is depend, because in order to have 90 degree, you must have two lines. So I don't think you will have something about 90 degree. Locus just use the distance. Can we find the area by using triangle area? Nope, because in this case, it's very complicated. Still, you can use the triangle thing, but then just in coordinate topic, just use the formula. Because example, if in this case they want the R or S, in order to find this area, you will need to find the distance for RS. After that, you still need to find a 90-degree distance. But how to find the 90-degree distance without having this point? So in order to have that point, you need to form the equation again and then sub the equation into the RS to find the intersection point. After that, you only got the coordinate, then you use the distance formula to get the length of the height. Then only you find the area. Too complicated already. Trust me, use the area formula in this topic. Alright, so yeah, a lot of students ask me do live for negative sembilan paper. If I have time, I will go into that. Okay, linear law is very easy, so we'll just skip the linear law first. If we end this thing earlier, then we will go back to the linear law questions. Alright, so number 10 here. Okay, diagram 10 show a plan of a mini garden. PRQ is in the form of the sector of the circle, center at P. So we know this is sector, and then this is center at P. Or RST is a point in a shape of semicircle inscribed in the sector of PRQ. The shaded region is to be planted with a glass. It is given the PQ is the tangent to the semicircle at the point S. So you have some angle and length here. So let me jot it down. S or T is over here, and this is pi over 6. And we have the POP is 7.5. 7.5 here from O to P. Alright, so yeah, we kind of need to solve this thing. Find the radius of PRQ. So for PRQ, we want to find the radius. Basically, we want to find the length of PR or the length of PQ. Yeah, we need to do either one. So I guess I find PR. First thing is I try to find the R here. Because what? This is tangent point. So I know tangent to center is always 90 degree. So this is right angle triangle. Since this is right angle triangle, right, just in case you cannot see, this is right angle triangle. So in order to find the R, I can use a cos rule, right? Adjacent over hypotenuse. So therefore, I will do something like cos pi over 6 will equals to R over 7.5. So I will change my calculator to radian first. Then I will do cos pi over 6 multiply 7.5. So I got my R should be 6.495. So therefore, I know here is another R, right? Because this length and this length is the same. So therefore, I can get the radius of PR. So I will say PR will equals to 7.5 plus 6.495 plus 7.5. So you get the distance is 13.995. Okay. Yep. Okay, this is the answer for first one. Yeah, which is 13.995. The whole radius of the sector. Can use calculator ke? Kita they provide the pi. Yeah, if they provide the pi, you must use the 3.142. But in this case, because this is the angle, I guess still okay. Or you want to change back to the degree, you can always do that. Alright, so yeah, I see anything I need to answer? No. Okay, I'm going to move on to the second part. Calculate the parameter of the shaded region and the area of shaded region. Okay, let's do a parameter first. Parameters, there's a lot of things you need to do here. Okay, the first thing is I will need to, oops, I erased too many things already. This is pi over 6. is 90 degrees. Okay, we know the radius here, and we know the angle, so I can find this angle easily by doing the 180 minus these two, right? So should be, I will use the pi over 2 minus pi over 6. So this angle over here is pi over 3. Alright, then I can find the arc length. The arc length itself, it will be S equals to r theta, right? So my r over here is 13.995. Let me erase all this because I need some space here. So therefore, because of r theta, S equals to r theta, I can find the arc length PQ easily. Just use the 13.995 multiply pi over 3. Pi I have to use 3.142 over 3. So I get the arc length. This is formula r theta to find the S. 13.995 times 3.142 over 3. So the arc length is 14.657. Alright, then the next thing I want to find is I have this length, I have this whole length. Yeah, I want to find a semicircle. I want to find the arc length of semicircle. Yeah, the arc length of semicircle, we know formula for circumference is 2 pi r, right? So this one is just divide 2 pi r. Pi will be 3.142. And r, we actually got it, and I'm so smart I erase it. But I still remember it's cos pi over 6 multiply 7.5. Yeah, the radius is 6.495. So time 6.495 times 3.142. Yeah, this should be 20.408. Alright, now I got the arc length of the semicircle already. I need the last is the length of PT. Okay, PT is quite easy, right? PT is just 7.5 minus 6.495. Yeah, so 7.5 minus 6.495. So I get something like, okay, 1.005. Alright, then, get a parameter, you plus all together. So I will say 13.995 plus 14.657 plus 20.408 plus 1.005. Alright, so yeah, you just plus everything, then you can get the parameter. 13.995 plus 14.657 plus 20.408 plus 1.005. Yeah, it's 50.065. Yeah, it's centimeter or meter. Okay, meter. I use back the meter. Alright, so this is how to find the parameter. It's not too bad. And then the next thing is they ask you to find the area of the shaded region. So get the area, basically I just need to use a sector minus the semicircle. So sector will be half r square theta, 13.995 square. Theta will be pi over 3. So use 3.142 over 3. Minus the semicircle. Semicircle will be half pi r square. Half pi r will be 6.495 square. Yeah, then you just minus it and use the calculator. You should be able to easily get the answer for it. Should be 36.292 meters square. Alright, so yeah, this question is not too hard. Why divided by 3? Because this is the angle of pi over 3, right? Because this angle is pi over 3, what? You remember half r square theta, right? The theta is pi over 3. Pi is 3.142, what? So therefore, yeah, therefore I will do pi divided by 3. Okay, so yeah, I hope you can understand. So this is how you do the 10 mark question. So for the length cm, can we just put 2 decimal? Yeah, for MS, 2 to 3 decimal should be good. Really? Is pi over 4? Pi minus pi over 2 minus pi over 6. It's pi over 3. It's not pi over 4. Okay, so yeah, question 11. How many questions we left? Still have so many. I will skip linear programming. I'm not going to do linear programming. Okay, let's do about this question. Okay, a manufacturing company produce and sales table. The cost function is given by Cx. Okay, you have the whole equation where x is the number of table they produce, and each table is sold at the price of 3,000. Alright, then the first thing is they ask you to find the profit function. So use some simple logic how to get the profit. Use the profit, right? You have to like how much you sell the table minus your costing, then you get the profit, right? So therefore, in order to get my equation of Px, I know each table I'm going to sell 3,000. So I'm going to write 3,000. But then the number of table is increasing is based on the value of x, right? So therefore, 3,000x depends how many table I sell. If I sell 10 table with 3,000 like 10 lah, multiply 10 minus my cost. My cost, I will insert the whole Cx equation here plus 65x squared. So therefore, this one should be 3,000x minus 1,500 plus x cubed over 3 minus 65x squared. Alright, so this is my equation for profit function. Basically, I just use the revenue minus my costing. Alright, then the maximum number of table to be produced to get the maximum profit. They give you 5 marks for this part. So in order to get the maximum, we know we need to differentiate Px and then get equal to 0, right? So I'm going to differentiate the Px here. So I get 3,000 and 1,500 will get 0 plus 3x squared over 3, right? So it will be plus x squared minus 130x equals to 0. And then we will factorize this one. It's x 130 should be 130, right? Minus for both. So x can equals to 100 or x equals to 30. And I guess one value here will give you the maximum. The other value will actually give you the maximum. Okay, so the p prime x just differentiate px. Just a short form to write differentiate px. Because in order to get the maximum or minimum, we always need to differentiate equal to 0. Alright. Don't you have to time profit by x? Yeah, so you see at 3,000 actually I multiply x. Okay, so the second thing I want to do is I want to know which value is maximum and which value is minimum, because I have two values here. I can't use both. Alright, so therefore I will differentiate again. 2 dot. So you see I 2 dot mean differentiate again of px. So 3,000 if I differentiate, so I will differentiate this equation. Alright. So 3,000 will give me 0. This one is 2x minus 130. Okay, so if I substitute the 100 here, I will get 200 minus 130, which is 70. 70 is bigger than 0. This is the minimum value. So this is not the value I want. Then I will try to substitute the 30 into it. I will get 60 minus 130, which is negative 70, which is less than 0. This is the maximum value. That means if I substitute 30 into my equation, it will give me the maximum. And here say maximum, right? So I'm going to choose 30 rather than 100. Okay, so therefore they ask about maximum number of table. So therefore maximum number of table will be 30. Alright, so then I ask about maximum profit. That means I need to substitute into my profit equation, which is the P equation above here. So it's 3,030 minus 1500 plus 30 power of 3 divided by 3 minus 65 30 square. And then you just type into your calculator by yourself. You should get 39000. So this is, so therefore my maximum profit will be RM 39,000. Okay lah, don't put comma lah. It's fine, just 39,000. I got lost as 2x minus 130. Okay, 2x minus 130 means I differentiate the highlight one. Do you see the P? This is differentiate first. This is first derivative. So if I differentiate 3000 plus x squared minus 130x, then I will get 2x minus 130. Differentiate when you try to get maximum and minimum. Okay. Y30 is max is... Okay, this one you have to understand second derivative. So you see I do the P2.2 prime x. This is second derivative. Second derivative is when you substitute the x value into it. If you get positive, it means minimum. If you get negative, it means maximum. If you do not know what is second derivative, you basically need to go to touch up a bit. So I'm going to move on to next question. Motion along the straight line. Alright, so a loss of words, so we need to kind of read it. A particle move along the straight line, passing through the fixed point O with a uniform acceleration. So it gives you A equals to 4. So I'm going to do something like A equals to 4, negative 4, I mean A equals to negative 4. And the initial velocities of the particle 5 meters per second. So initial velocity means v equals to 5 when t equals to 0. This is the meaning of initial. Alright, whenever you see initial, think about t equals to 0. And its displacement is 10 meters after 1 second. So s equals to 10 and t equals to 1. Okay, why they give you both of this information? Basically, they will use it to find the c value after you do the integration. So after you do the integration, this information actually to help you to get a c value. Alright. So the first thing is they ask you to find the v. So we know in order to find the v, we need to integrate a, right? So integrate a is negative 4 dt here. So we actually get negative 4t plus c. So in order to get a c, I will sub the v equals to 5 and t equals to 0. Which I got it here, right? Plus c, so my c equals to 5, right? So my vt is actually equal to negative 4t plus 5. So this is the velocity function. Okay, then they ask about displacement function. In order to get displacement, we know we need to integrate velocity, right? So integrate negative 4t plus 5 dt. So if I integrate this one, I should get negative 4t squared over 2, right? So it should be negative 2t squared plus 5t plus c equal st. So in order to find c, I'm going to use the second information here. S equals to 10. And then this one will become negative 2 plus 5 plus c. This one will be c equals to 7. So therefore, my equation for st, not enough space here. My equation for s should be negative 2t squared plus 5t plus 7. Alright, so this is how to get the displacement and velocity. You need to know when you need to differentiate and when you need to integrate. Yeah, initial velocity always mean t equals 0. Even initial acceleration also mean t equals 0. Initial displacement also mean t equals 0. Okay, so part B, calculate the maximum displacement. Maximum displacement means differentiate displacement and you will get 0. Alright, so therefore I will differentiate displacement. Should be negative 4t plus 5 equals to 0. Then my t value should be 5 over 4. Then this is time, not the displacement. So I will sub in the 5 over 4 into my equation. So negative 2, 5 over 4 squared plus 5, 5 over 4 plus 7. So in order to get my maximum displacement, which I already did just now, so you should get 10.125. Alright, so just sub in. So whenever you see maximum, minimum, just always differentiate equal to 0. Okay? And then sketch the displacement time graph for 0 to 5. Hence or otherwise find the total distance traveled. Okay, so we need, but seldom they will ask us to sketch the displacement time graph. So I'm going to need some space here. So please allow me to sketch over here. So I'm going to sketch the displacement time graph. This is S. This one will be time. Alright, so the first thing is they ask about t should be between 0 to 5. So I will sketch between 0 to 5. And I want to know when I have the equation. So let's pay attention at this equation. So when t equals to 0, your s is equal to 7, right? 0, 0, 7. So you should get 7. So because of the equation, my equation actually look like this. Okay, the first value is 7. But how do I know my line is look like this? Because you see this equation, negative 2t squared plus 5t plus 7. This is the quadratic equation. Your a value is negative 2. So you definitely get the maximum. But I do not know when to start the maximum. So just now I will do something like S0, right? S0, then I get equal to 7. So because t equals to 0, you will get 7. So I will start with 7. And just now I already got my maximum displacement, which is 10.125 when t equals to 5 over 4. So therefore, when t equals to 5 over 4 here, I will get maximum 10.125. Alright, then this value is when when s equals to 0. When s equals to 0, I don't think you need to find. You can just ignore it. The next thing you want to know S5. What happened when time equals to 5? So you will kind of need to sub in to here and use calculator to do S5. Sub 5 into all the t here. You should get negative 2 times 25, negative 50, plus 25, plus 7, negative 18. So therefore, you will stop at, when 5 here, you should stop at negative 18. Alright, so if you want to find this value, you can just use the calculator, quickly do about, make the s equals to 0, then do the EQN thing. Yeah, negative 2, 5, negative 7. Yeah, what did I do? Negative 2, 5, positive 7, sorry. Yeah, it's 7 over 2. So this one, if you want to find this, is 3.5. Alright, hence or otherwise you need to find the distance. This is not the velocity time graph. This is displacement time graph. So the distance is very easy. So in order to get the total distance here, what I will do is I want to know about how far they travel this part. I need to find this part, and then after that I find all the way for this part. Okay, so therefore the first part, in order to get the first part, is basically use 3.14. You should get 10 minus 7, right? So it should be 3.125 plus from 10.125 to negative 18. So it should be 28.125, right? Yeah, you just plus them together. 3.125 plus 28.125. So you should get 31.25. This one should be the total distance they travel. So this type of question, why to the left means negative? This type of question, why to the left means negative, right? Yeah, because you know the displacement negative means actually move to the left hand side. Move to the right hand side will be positive. Alright, so this is how we do this kind of question. And yeah, I will skip about linear programming. And is this okay, last two questions. How to find total distance? No, you cannot do the integration for this question. Why? Because this is displacement time graph. Displacement time graph, the area have no meaning unless it's velocity time graph. if this is velocity time graph, the area actually means distance. So if you do the integration in this question, you will got a wrong answer. Okay, total distance basically you just plus 1 by 1. So you can see when, okay, let me slow down a bit. Okay, you can see from t equals 0 to 5/4, the particle travel from 7 to 10.15. So you just do the 10.125 minus 7, then you get the first answer. And then when 5/4 to 5, the particle travel from 10.125 to -18. Then you want to find the total distance, you just do the 10.125 plus 18, then you get this one, then you sum them together. This is how to get the total distance. When the particle is instantaneously at rest means the particle, yes, whenever the particle want to make U-turn, the particle will stop for a while, he will rest for a while, so you will make the V equal to 0. Okay? Okay. What's the time now? Yes, it's 10 already. Solution of triangle should be very easy, right? Should I skip the solution of triangle? Go to the last one. Okay, let's have a look at the solution of triangle then. Okay. So solution by skill drawing is not accepted, so as usual. So we will try to list down all the information we have. Okay, so wow, this is a 3-dimension. Alright, this is 3D. Okay, I'm going to mark down all the information I have. This is 3D, please do not look at like 2D. So we have the BAC is 64. BA and C. Okay, BAC, that means here will be 64 degree. And ACD, AC and D, this angle over here will be 35 degree. And BDC, this angle over here will be 104. And AB is 8 cm, this is 8 cm. And BD is 15 cm, this is 15 cm. Okay, this is all the information we have. And then they tell you the area for BCD is 29.1. So we focus on this area first. BCD. Yeah, I guess it's mean this triangle. Yeah, I'm going to shade the triangle to give you some idea. So they are, oops. So they are saying about this triangle. What did I just do? Why suddenly change color one? Okay. Oh my god. It's hang. Okay, it's come back. Alright, so yeah. So this whole area over here will be 29.1. Alright, so therefore we have 15 cm. And then the question asked me to find the length of CD. I need to find the length of CD. We know we can use the area formula, right? So area formula will be half AB. So I'm going to use the two sides, which is length BD and CD. So therefore this one will be BD is 15, CD I do not know, and sinus angle on between. Sinus angle on between sinus 104 should equals to 29.1. Alright, so two sides and one angle in between us. You should know about this formula. This is CD. Alright, so CD will equals to 29.1 over sine 104 multiply 15 at the bottom, and then 2 I move to the other side, multiply 2 on the top. Then I can get the CD over here. 29.1 times 2 divided by bracket sine 104 times 15. Oh my god. 291 divided by sine 104 divided by 15 times 2. Did I do anything? Oh, I forgot to change my calculator to degrees. Shit. Divided by sine 104 divided by 50. Yeah, I get the length is 3.999. Yep. Oh my god, my face blocking. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Alright, so yeah, we just use a sine formula over here. So the sine formula for area you should know. Okay, so therefore the next thing they ask us to find is AD. I need to find length of AD. So therefore I will use another triangle because I need to find AD, right? Okay. Yeah, I can find AC first because I have a 90 degree here. Okay, so right now you should focus on another triangle. Okay, so so do you see this triangle over here? This triangle over here is a right angle triangle. Okay, so I will focus on this triangle because I want to find the AC before I can find the AD. So AC should be quite easy because this is right angle triangle, right? And I have the 64. This is adjacent and AC is my hypotenuse. So I will do cos. Cos 64 degree will equals to 8 over AC. Alright, so I can find the AC easily by doing the 8 divided by cos 64. So I will get 18.249. Alright, this is the length of AC. Then I want to find AD, I can use the cosine rule if I want. Yeah, I want to find the AD, right? Since I have the AC and I have the CD, right? CD is 3.999. I can find AD easily by using the cosine rule. The cosine rule is very long, so yeah, I'm going to write it out. So 18.249 square plus 3.999 square minus 2 times 18.249 times 3.999 times cos 35. Alright, so you just type everything in your calculator. This is just a cosine formula, nothing very special over here. And then you should get the length is 15.148. This is the length for AC, cm. All of this is in cm. Alright, so okay, then the next thing I will do is the angle for CAD. Angle for CAD. Yeah. The question asks you to find this angle, so I will change another triangle. Let me just erase this one. Okay, so right now I need to find the angle, so I'm going to use the triangle at the bottom here. So you focus on this triangle. Alright, so I need to find the angle B CAD, I did? CAD. I need to find this angle. So in order to find this angle, I have all the length I want. I can just use the sine rule. It's easier. So I will say sine angle, maybe I use back the CAD, over the opposite length will be 3.999 equals to, I'm going to use 35 degree, sine 35 over length of AD, which is 15.148. Then by solving this one, I can get the CAD easily. I type the calculator, sine 35 over 15.148 multiply 3.999. Alright, then I shift sign my answer. I will get 8.709. Alright, this is degree. So I got the angle for CAD. Okay, so far so good. Okay, then last thing is ambitious case. So the C will lies on AC such that DC will equals to the DC. Sketch the triangle of ADC. So the new C will lies on the line AC. Okay, so right now I'm going to draw out this triangle over here. I will need some space here. So please allow me to erase all of this. Okay, and yeah, I hope I do not block it. Okay, I have ACD here. The question says what? The question says the new C will lies on the line of AC such that CD will same with a CD. So therefore, they tell me CD will same with a CD. So this idea actually give me this equation actually give me the idea that I want to draw the isosceles triangle. So therefore, I want to draw a triangle will be equidistant to my CD. So this is CD, right? So I will roughly draw something like this because I want to make sure both of these look very similar. So my new C will be here. So because I want to make the CD will equals to the CD. So after I draw this isosceles triangle already, I will need to, because the question asked me to draw the new triangle, right? So this one will be my new triangle. Yeah, my new triangle will be this shape only. Yeah, this one is my new triangle. So I will need to solve it and find the value inside it. Because later, they ask me to sketch the triangle. I can sketch and calculate the length of AC. So I will need to know about AC. So I will jot down the information I have here. So this is 35. So here will be 35 because it's a isosceles triangle. So here will be 145, 180 minus it. And CD will be 3.999. So here will be 3.999 as well. And then we just found out this angle is 8 point something, right? 8.709 degree. What else information do we have? And then we have the length of AD. Length of AD is 15.148. Okay, this is all the information I have. Then I will erase the old one. Oh my god, I will erase here because they only want the new triangle. Okay, so this is the triangle they want. So this is the triangle they want. Okay, so after I have this triangle, I need to find the length of AC. I can just use the sine rule. So AC over sine. Since I have both angle, I can easily know this angle, right? I just use 180 minus 145 minus 8.709. I should know this angle is 26.291. So sine 26.291 equals to, I choose another length. Maybe I choose the, okay, 3.999 over sine 8.709. Yeah, I solve this one, I can get my length of AC here. 3.999 over sine 8.709 multiply sine 26.291. Wow, this question is so tiring. 11.698. Is that the answer? Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, this is how to do this kind of questions. Yeah, it's a bit tiring, but I hope you can get it at least. So worth my tiring. Yeah, because the 10 mark, there's so many things to do. Okay, last question of the day. Okay, this is index number. Okay, this index number, you see the table 15 actually show the price index of the weight. Show the price index and the weightage for 4 item A, B, C, D used to make a kind of fruit. So you have the kind of fruit here, and then you can see you have price index from 2015 to based on 215, 2017 based on 215. A lot of information here, and the weightage here, the composite index for the cost making the food for the 2017 based on 2015. So they are saying this one 2017 based on 2015. The composite index will be 130, and then the sum of weightage they give you is 20. So, and then they ask me to calculate the value m and n. Alright, so I will need to calculate m and n first. So since I know sum of weightage here, so I will do the weightage equation. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus m plus n equals to 20. Then I will say m maybe equals to 11 minus n. My first equation. Later I will need to do some substitution here. And then I want to do the composite index. Composite index here, I will do this index number, right? This is weightage. I want to find index number multiply weightage. So I will kind of solve it out. Alright, so I will multiply them. And my m actually equals to, I changed to 11 minus n already, right? So later I multiply like this. 115 multiply 4, 460. Because I want to find the composite index, this is why I'm doing this. 140 multiply 11, I get 1540 minus 11n. Sorry, minus 140n. 140n. Alright, so then this is 120n, and then this is 132 times 5, this is 660. Because we know in order to do the composite index, right, will be sum of index number weightage divided by sum of weightage, right? So I will just sub in all the information I have. This one I haven't plus, so I'm going to plus all the number first. 460 plus 1540 plus 660 first. So I have 2660, and then 120n minus 140n minus 20n over total weightage we have, right, is about 20 divided by 20. So from here I can find my n value easily. So 130 times 20, 2600. So 2600 equals to 2660 minus 20n. Then 20n equals to 60, n equals to 3. Then m equals to 11 minus n, right? So m equals to 8. Yeah, this is how we solve it to find the value m and n. Alright, then the next thing is the price of the item B is 2015. If the price, or they ask you to calculate the price of item B in 2015, is the price in 2016 is 21 ringgit. So we focus on 1615 now. Item B is here, index number is 125. So therefore, I know the price for 2016 over the price for 2015. Multiply 100, I should get that index number, which is 125. So we have the price for 2016, right, which is 21. So I'm going to sub in the 21 ringgit here. Then I will solve this equation to find the price for 2015. So you will get 1.25, you will get 21 over 1.25. You just move around the equation, 21 divided by 1.25. Then you will get the price is RM 16.8. Alright, it's not too hard. Okay, yeah, for part A, I don't think you have other way to find m and n, because m and n is too unknown. You need two equations. One equation I get from the sum of weightage, which is this equation. Then the second equation must be the composite index, because this is the only two information you have. So you need to find two unknown, you need to form two equations, and then you will get it from there. Okay, so last Is it last over here or still have? Okay. The price index of D, the price index of the item D is 2017 based on 2016. Okay, they want 2016 index number from 2017 based on 16. So therefore, this one I will take the D, right? D, we focus on D only. Focus on D. Alright, so yeah, I will do some things over here. So in order to do this one, I will do a change rule. I hope you can understand the change rule. So the Q17 over Q15 multiply Q15 over Q16 equals multiply 100. Okay, what I'm doing here is basically, you imagine if Q15 and Q15 you can simplify them, you will actually get Q17 over Q16 times 100, which is the index formula, right? So I hope you get it what I'm doing here. And then this one, Q1715 is exactly this one, right? 132. If this one combined with 100, this one is the index number 132. And for this one, 1516, but this is 1615. You should know this one actually means 1615. So you need to flip over. So it will become multiply 100 over 120. So therefore, you will get 132 times 100 divided by 120. 110. Yeah, this is how to get the index number for D. Yeah, you might curious, how do I get this one? Okay, let me just explain slightly a little bit over here. So price index 16 based on 15. This one is price index 16 based on 15, right? So we know it should be Q16 over Q15 times 100, right? This is the index formula, the simple formula over here. So in order to know what is this, right, I'm going to move the 100 to the other side. And we know the index number for 1615 is 120. Then we sub the 120 here. So if I move my 100 to the other side, you can see I divided by 100 over here. So this one explains why my 1615 is 120 over 100. So therefore, if you ask me, then how about 1516? I just flip over, got 100 over 120. This one explains why I will get the 100 over 120 here. Okay, so yeah, so this is how we do it. And then last part, the cost of all items increased 25% from the year 2017 to the 2018. They ask you to find a composite index for the year for the cost making the food in 2018 based on 50. So they asked about composite index for 1815. So logically, I want to get Q18 over Q15 times 100, right? But which I don't have this information, but I have something over here. This is the composite index for 18 based on 17, increased 25%, right? 125. Alright, and then we also have another composite index here. 130 is 17 based on 15, right? So composite index for 17 based on 15 is 130. So I'm going to sub in both of these into here. So what I'm doing here is Q15, 18 and 15, I will just separate them. Become Q18 over Q17. Multiply Q17 over Q15. Multiply 100. Okay, and then if you're smart enough, you should know this is the formula for index number. So the whole thing equals to 130. And this one, 1817, if I expand from this formula, is 125 over 100. So therefore, my index number is 125 times 130 divided by 100. So it will be 162.5. Yeah, this is how to do the index number like this. Okay, I hope my answer is correct. So can you explain the A3? Okay, let's explain about A3. Okay, in order to get the prime index for, okay, you need to understand something lah. Okay, D, right? D is over here. So the first thing is, I teach you guys some things, maybe you can do slightly faster. Okay, so this is, you see the year 1615. So therefore, you straight away write Q16 over Q15 equals 120 over 100. So if you see the 1715, right? So 15 is a base year, right? So I will, for the item D, for the item D, now I'm saying Q17 over Q15 is equals to 132 over 100. Okay, this is what happened. Okay, you must able to write this. This one actually is coming from your index formula. Okay, now if I want the 1716, the formula is Q17 over Q16 times 100, right? So this one we can expand it using the chain rule. You learn the chain rule in differentiation, right? This one I can do Q17 multiply Q16. The middle, these two must be the same, and then multiply 100. So therefore, based on this information, I know the letter they have in common is Q15, right? So I will fill in the blank Q15 here. Q15. Okay, then you just do the substitution over here. Q15 1715 is 132 over 100, right? 132 over 100. Q1516 1615 is this one, so 1516 is just flip over time 100 over 120. Then you multiply 100. 100 and 100 is simplified, then you get 110 like just now. Yeah, I hope you can understand. Yeah, I still haven't had my dinner. Yeah, that's why I'm so hungry. Just now I go make a almond for myself. Yeah, if you still do not understand about the change rule, you please go to search online, like what's the change rule. And I guess I a bit over time for myself. Now it's 10:30 already. Yeah, so whatever you don't understand, maybe you can watch back the video. Yeah, 15B. Am I doing any mistake over here for 15B? Yeah, don't need to order food panda for me, I'm fine. So yeah, I will just go out some nearby mama to have my dinner. So anyways, anyone who want to find me, you can find me in my Facebook page. Yeah, so yeah, I seldom give student my number. So anyways, yeah, all the best. I hope next week if I have time, I will discuss about the SPP paper. Then only we go to the Seremban paper. Yeah, because MF is end of this month, right? If not mistaken. Yeah, but I can't promise I will do all the paper, but I will try my best. Especially discuss paper 2 is extremely tiring. Yeah, because I'm the one who talk 2.5 hours non-stop. It's not like in my tuition class. Tuition class I can ask some question about my student and all. I don't need a continuous talk lah. Continuous talk 2.5 hours is like crazy. Anyways, yeah, I hope you learned something on this video. If you skip any part, you can actually watch the video later in my YouTube channel. Yeah, and yeah, a lot of students ask about Seremban paper. I haven't checked through all the Seremban and SBP lah. This is the two paper I hope I will discuss. And 15B 171. Okay, let me solve the last part. What is that? 1815 da 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 da. Yeah, I'm actually quite lazy to look back the 15B. Yeah, I will check back the 15B. If I find out got any mistake, then I will actually make videos like specific for this question. yeah, so I just need to go to have my dinner. So I will see you guys up soon on my YouTube channel. Yeah, please do more practice. You still have about 2 to 3 weeks for MF to make some change. So rest early, do more practice. I'm going to stop my live streaming right now. And thank you so much for joining the YouTube live here. Anyways, I hope I can see you guys next week. Bye bye. How